And keep coming to the nature of this knowing and recognizing how clear and still and open and unaffected it is, because this is the sacred safety, it doesn't change. You don't change. All of this is wow, but you're also that which is totally unaffected by it. It's totally untouched by it, like in its vastness, and yet it's like it's got this sublime dress in which it wears itself, it doesn't get affected. It's like it's kind of like always walking down the catwalk in a new dress. Changing the dress before it's got to the end of the catwalk and then walking back, but it's always itself, it's also totally naked in its birthday suit. That's the uncaused, unborn. So it's open, totally naked, putting on these new configurations of sight, sound, taste, touch, bah, 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 It's just doing that all the time. That's all that's ever happening. Welcome to the Fundamentally You podcast. My name is Amy Ward. I'm a non-dual psychologist, therapist and mentor. You can find me at thegreenlighttolive.com. In this episode, I share with you a talk from our Non-Duality Zoom group where together we explore the nature of experience. The topic for the week was entitled Beyond Words and Lost in Translation. Beyond words and lost in translation. I felt inspired with Lost in Translation. The title of last week's Zoom, the wording in the ad was about how does this translate, how does this understanding translate this freedom and safety that is here. And it appears to do that. And it's so beautiful that we can take this recognition, this understanding, and allow it to inform us in how we are in life and how we work therapeutically. It's movement through the experience of being human. I think partially because when taken conceptually, it can be misleading that, it's a case if we get rid of all the patterns and all the apparent blocks and this experience of being here now and being human. That this recognition, that it's here, and the nature of this, that it's here, the nature of experience, it's about recognizing the freedom within all experience, including what we might name suffering and human suffering. And so in this sense, the translating into the human experience is simultaneously vital to our well-being and to the intelligence of the heart and the sentience is this. But it's also totally impossible. Because this is here, the nature of this that's here, it's not translatable in any way whatsoever through thought, through concept. And this is the recognition. This is the realization. There are multitude of implications, infinite implications. The implications for the human are like a kind of, they're like a byproduct, or they're that which just comes out of it. And this is important for the experience of this beautiful mind that we experience. When we try to cultivate some idea of what we think this is, or what we think non-duality is, or what we think self-realization or awakening is, from the position of concept or the person or the character, we're setting ourselves up for an impossible task in a way. And a task that's not required either, because this is about noticing and revealing into the nature of this that's here. We could say the knower, the means of knowing, and the known be recognized as a feature, teaching, or a tool you can use in absolute freedom whenever you feel inclined to do so, to explore the nature of your experience. This is here now. And although this that is here cannot be conceived of or thought of in any way, it's absolutely here. Totally self-evident. And you, as this mystery, are finely tuned in every moment as the nature of experience to discover and reveal into the mystery that is this, because there aren't two. The very, whatever it is that is experiencing experience right now is you. And this is effortless. This has always been, always will be, totally effortless. So let's flow through the knower, the means of knowing, and the known. And always, if you need to prioritize your direct experience over anything that I am saying about it. And feel experience. So noticing that there are forms arising effortlessly. Light, sounds, tastes, sensations, all just effortlessly here. Absolutely no effort needed whatsoever for your full field of experience to be here right now. There's something incredibly familiar about this. Your field of experience, you experiencing, has always been here. And it's always, as it is now, effortlessly registering in you this wide open space of awareness, this knowing. So the knower is this wide open, clear space of awareness, vast, clear, and alive. You would like to, you can close your eyes. If you look to the back of your eyes, to your eyelids, just because it kind of helps to slow down or stop commenting, the mind commenting. Because I like something to pay attention to. Just notice the sense of existence, just the aliveness. Eyes open. It's the same. It's still a play of light. It's still the same aliveness. And the whole field of experience is this aliveness. Through sensing, the means of knowing, this knower, this pure, vast, open space of aliveness takes shape. Takes shape in light, sound, taste, touch. It's one big field of alive sensing. This is the means of knowing. Sensing itself. Perceiving itself. When we look, we don't find some separate mechanism perceiving this. We experience an unfindable, yet absolutely here, omnipresent, perceiving, but we can't find where it is. It's not located anywhere in the field of experience. The field of experience is the perceiving of itself. Now we're told that the mechanism of perceiving, this that we name consciousness, begins inside the body, in the brain. But what do you find in your actual experience? Where is the evidence in your actual experience of a something that's perceiving that is separate from experience or that which is being perceived? Well, from the knowing, this clear open space where all experience begins and ends, and begins and ends. This within which all experience appears. Is knowing itself through experiencing, through creating this experiencing effortlessly. Unfindable, yet you can evidently say, yes, I am here experiencing. This is known through the sensing, perceiving, the means of knowing. And then we come into the known. And this is the commenting and thought forms. Thought forms are also arisings, sensation arising. in this field of experience. These comments that say what this is. There's a bum sitting on a chair. There's a voice speaking. There's light coming from the lamp. There's a gurgle in the belly. And this commenting is totally impersonal. It's just effortlessly arising. Just in the same way as all other form is effortlessly here, coming and going. This knowledge, the means of knowing and the known together through language, through this beautiful original sense I am, continues on with the commenting and so attaches to the commenting, creating a personal experience. I am here sitting on a chair. My back is sore. My tummy is hurting. I am hearing a really annoying noise. As the commenting within the known kind of circulates, becomes more attached to the I am sense in the mode of the known, commenting. There is a sense of this is personal. And somewhere along the way, this commenting on what is being experienced. This becomes energetically sense of there being the perceiver, someone in here experiencing experience out there. And so much of life is based on this commenting. Our experience of life is based on this commenting, of what this is, of naming this field of experience. The majority of spirituality, conventionally, is based on the known, the naming and labelling and translation from this pure knowing through the means of knowing, through the sensing, and then created to the mind as the known. And so much of spirituality, counseling, of therapy, all of these things, self-improvement, making it in life. It's all based on this translation, this commenting, the known. And yet the amazing, the amazing gift of this that is here, of what we are, what this is you could say it in many ways, because this actuality is so far out, it's so left field from what the mind says about it. It also makes it totally accessible, because it doesn't need to be worked out. It doesn't need to be got to. It doesn't need to be found. The idea that it needs to be found comes from the commenting, comes from the labeling. It sees only things as a thing itself. It's not really seeing anything at all. Any seeing, any awareness, any experiencing is this reality experiencing itself. One reality, one God, one essence. The thought in its innocence, there's no mistakes. It's not a mistake. It's just an aspect, an expression of creation. Thought claims itself to be the knower, the means of knowing, and the known. So we can't use thought or analysis to get to something which is already here. It's not required. That's a story of the commenter. Now, that's not to say that there isn't an experience of looking for it from the experience of thought. But that is known and experienced by this too. You could not know your field of experience, and all of this that is always changing, rapidly, constantly shifting, dynamically reconfiguring, constantly. You could not know that if you were not looking from this which does not change. This isn't about looking with thought, but it's about being with the felt sense of experience. The felt sense for this exploration is an absolute superpower. You feel the texture of experience. If there is thought, activity, can you notice the texture of what it feels like as a sensation rather than content? Look into it. Can you find a location for it? Any thoughts that arise? There might be a thought that says well, it's in the head. And then there might be a sensation of the head. But this is all known. Where is that which knows? Can you find it? Can you find the knowing of your experience? It's very obviously here. It is absolutely, totally undeniable that you are right here, right now, knowing your experience. But can you find that knowing anywhere? So feeling into your own presence. Feel your presence. Feel the felt sense of your presence. Now let's look into the visual field. You open your eyes and look at feel into the sense of vision. Not what is in vision, not what is being seen. What's the texture of vision? What does vision feel like? And feel it to the sense of the periphery of your visual field. Feel into the sense of vision and how far it goes. Notice that it's not like vision is starting at the eyes, stopping and then appearing, landing on an object. It's not like that. This is all full of vision. And feeling the texture of vision, just feeling the sense of what it's like. And check out and see, is it really the case that there isn't vision behind me? All I see is me. Does this sense of vision stop at any point at the beginning of your body and end? Or does it go all the way through? This felt sense of vision. Doesn't matter what you're seeing. This could be a dark room or it could be full of balloons. It doesn't matter. You're looking into the felt sense of vision. Something that might help, like quite a nice trick, is to say, what's the flavour of vision? That really just helps the mind go, okay, done, don't know what I'm looking for. And then what about sound? Feel into sound. Feel into hearing. Is hearing really in your ears, coming from your ears, or is that a sensation? Feel into the sense of, of hearing. And it's different. It's got such a difference to vision. And yet they don't get in the way of each other. There's a seamlessness about hearing and vision. And sensation. Feel the points of contact of the body with the chair, the bed, wherever you are. Feel the sense of the sense of touch, the sense of touch when you touch your skin, with a really subtle sense of touch of the air on your skin. What's it like? What's his buzz like? Like how is it its own flavour of aliveness? What's that like? We come to just explore the beautiful experience of touch. And how much is here without us needing to try to touch something or a constant sense of like points of contact all the time for this sense of touch. And does that stop at the skin surface or does it go all the way into the body? Feel the sensation of aliveness. Maybe you feel a sense of I inside the body. Just notice that. Touch it. Taste it. Start to notice that you're touching everywhere with your self-consciousness, not self-consciousness, it's with you, consciousness. That feeling of air in your skin, this awareness, this reality, this totality, this God, knowing itself as that, intimately, deeply, deeply engaged. If you can touch your breath, if you can go inside your breath, feel the aliveness of the breath. Feel the aliveness of it and how happy it is to just be felt like that. This amazing field of touch. Co-arising with this amazing field of vision. It's got a totally different flavour again. Different vibe to it, but this that is knowing it, this that is experiencing it, it's the same. It's not changing. The knowing. And then there's this experience of hearing, this hearing. And if you notice with hearing, you might notice that there's a movement in the commenting of mind. Might be words, but it might feel more like a sensation that is locating where the sound is. But check that out, see if that's true. Is it where it thinks it is? Is that simply a relative, apparently relative experience to this experience of sensation and touch? But this is knowing itself as and experiences as the body. Can you really locate the sound in this vast field of aliveness? Is there really someone somewhere at the center of this field of experience that's listening to a sound out there? Is it just a beautiful sea of sensation? exploring the sense gate, looking into the sense gates, is the gateless gate. The backward flow from the known through the means of knowing, gateless gate, into this knowing, just awareness, this vast open space is totally unlocatable. It's gateless because there are not two. There's not something perceiving that which is perceived. The perceiver and the perceived is one. Absolute unity. Absolute love. Absolute wisdom. So much of our suffering arises from the labeling of experience. Pushing and pulling on experience. And every single sensation that arises is this purity of being. And it's you. It's you. This is a perfection that words can't come close to. And when we remember, it's when we remember. It's helpful to really look into experience in this way because it will show you itself because it's you. So it's you revealing yourself to yourself as the perceiver and the perceived. There isn't actually a perceived. There's just perceiving. One I, one subject, grooving on itself, closer than close. The known commenting. Says things like, I need to do this, I need to do that. I need to make sure I get the job, I get the house, that I make on that trip. Nothing wrong with that. It's all part of the display. If we're ever getting worried about it, let's have a look into seeing, like, yeah, but what's this chair? Like, is this really a chair? What is that job? You know? What's it made of? Can I find it? It's not about getting rid of the illusion. It's not about that. But in seeing it as what it is, it can be really intimately experienced as itself, which is what is always the case anyway. But the more it comes to know itself, becomes conscious of itself through, I don't know what, there isn't a through. There isn't even a becoming, you know, that appears. Becoming appears, trying appears. It's all appearing effortlessly, there's nobody doing it. This right now, you right now, this experiencing that you're experiencing right now is everything. It's an absolute miracle of being. There's nothing in your experience that is not this. Mm. So if in the field of experience, in your field of experience, if tricky feelings and thoughts arise, this is the first point, is recognizing this too is this. This too is known and held by this, as this, from this, and to this. Just this. So it's included. It's more than included. It's so, 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 so lovingly embraced. And we can feel the felt sense of the atmosphere of the commenting, the tricky thoughts. You can feel the felt sense of it, the atmosphere, the texture, just in the same way as we've explored vision and taste and touch, sensing. And as soon as you do this, through the felt sense. You're exploring in a way that is aligned as this deep intelligence that's creating the universe and that's perceiving the universe as itself. And that is a radically different way to approach the experience of difficult thoughts and feelings. Instead of trying to analyze and work it out, and can move really deeply into the sense. And we might even find that what we experience as a feeling in the body is a thought feeling, a totally fused sensation of thought and feeling. So if there's a tension in the body, let's say a kind of, maybe a kind of hardness around the heart area, maybe. And it's feeling like it's maybe a bit difficult to feel into. There are two things that we can do. We can first of all look into the thought about it. Is there a thought that says there is a heavy stone in my chest or something like that? There's something here in my chest, and feel into the sensation of that thought and see if the sensation in the body changes. Not because you were trying to change it, but because we're exploring the nature of experience and we're exploring the nature of that as a beautiful expression of creation. And we might also approach it in a way that supports us to feel into it directly without the resistance of the mind that has ideas about what it thinks it is. Because we don't know what any of this is. We don't know anything. This is a mystery. So be the mystery, you know. Be the mystery feeling itself. And so a way to support that mind, that known that can feel stuck and very solid. It's the known that makes things look solid, you know. So in the same way as you were exploring with your breath, like touching the breath, or feeling the flavour of the breath, can explore in that kind of way. And I'll just ask the question, okay, so what's the flavour of this? What does this sensation taste like? And I can kind of put the mind into a bit of a playful, curious mess. And support it and it's in being the mystery and curiosity. You know, might even get a little giggle there from the mind. Oh, this is all upside down and back to front. And so being this mystery, because this is and you are totally inconceivable. Nothing that thought says about this is anywhere near accurate. It's all approximation just because of the nature of thought, because you can't pin this down. This is like, just when we look into the sensational fields and the way we've kind of explored a bit here, the more and more we do that, the more we go, oh wow, like this is not nameable. And yet it's being experienced so directly. So the mind it starts to kind of just see, oh wow, okay, yeah, no, I don't know what this is. you know? More it kind of collapses into this kind of recognition of the mystery of this, the more the mystery opens. And we stop engaging as much when we remember as that which is telling this what it is, and instead be this which is wondering what it is, which is what this is. This one being knowing itself, exploring itself and its infinite appearances as your field of experience. You're constantly living as, walking in, and effortlessly creating this miracle that we call life. And this is home. Your field of experience is your home. What we find the more we look into it is that it's everyone's home because it's all the same. It's all the same experiencing, not separate people walking around. Just looks like that. And that can't be understood, but it's cool. It's really cool. Mm. Everything that you're aware of right now is in you. The whole room, it's not really a room. Where would you say a room begins and ends? What's a room and what's not a room? But for pointing's sake, we can refer to the known, the words. So the whole room is the inside of your mind. It's one mind. It's all the inside of my mind too. It's showing up differently here, but it's the same experiencer. We're all the same one. So you're always home. Your field of experience is the most intimate home. Just let yourself explore that. Take 10 minutes or so to just explore this apparent movement from the knower, the open, aware, alive space, the sensing, that is the means of knowing, the felt sense, and the sense gates, gateless gates, and then the known. Attention, and so the nature or the quality of experience is always either in awareness and knower, in the sense gates, the means of knowing, or in the known, the commenting. And it's all this, it's all your field of experience. And it's always available. And none of it affects each other. It's not like we go off into the thought stream and then this reality isn't this reality anymore. It's totally unaffected by thought. Vision doesn't bump into hearing. Sensation doesn't bump into touch. Taste is totally accommodating of smell. All different textures, different vibes to all of those sensations, like the wholeness of the sensation. Feel the wholeness of the experience of a sensation. Like, what's the wholeness of vision like? What's it like to be vision? Like, I am vision. The wholeness of it. And I am smell. Be smell. See what that's like. To be that sense gate as yourself. If you would like to come to the free Zoom group, it takes place every Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time. Just go to my website at www.thegreenlighttolive.com and subscribe to my email list to receive the links.